Da-da-da-dum. Da-da-da-dum. Da-da-da-da-da-dum. Yes. LUNAR. LUNAR. By Black Slate Studios. Today we're having a little faction focus on the ISO. I've completely forgotten what that stands for. Bear with me one moment and we will find out what ISRO stands for. It is the Indian Space Research Organization. Now, I'm going to have to say this here to begin with. The Indian factions, one of the most interesting factions. So, we're going to crack into the book. This is where I keep all my stuff. I never expected this game to get so big and so much fun. There we are. Right, ISRO, where do we start? Well. Let's start here. The Gilan. The Galan uplink. I keep calling it a Gilan, but it's Galan uplink. It's an interesting piece of equipment. You give it to one of the guys. Now, it doesn't limit you to one, but it makes it sound like you can only have one. But why can't you have two? I don't know. Let me know down below if you think you could have two. But anyway, with one of them you get a choice. You can gain +2 to any range weapon competency check made this game, or you can assume a 360-degree TLOS arc for the unit for this game. Now, that is true line of sight TLOS, if you don't know. Now I'm thinking you can't have both, you can't have two, because otherwise someone might go, well, I'm just going to put 3 on and have +6 to my weapon competency and never miss. So probably only have one, but you got a choice. So from here, in a campaign, you get 12 credits and 12 oxygen. And I generally just play campaigns. So, in a small game, I think, I could be wrong, I think it's 12 oxygen and 15 credits. I think that's right. So you get a few more credits for a small skirmish one-off game. And then you can go up to a base, like a more of a larger game, and then an even larger game. Rules are in your rule book. It tells you that. But we're going to stick to what happens in a campaign. So, you're going to need a commander. So, the ISRO commander starts us off, and it starts to give you an idea of where you're going to go with this force. So, every operative is free oxygen. So, you can have up to 12 oxygen in your force. So, you're going to be taking 4 guys, unless you take a drone. I wouldn't personally, oh my god, it's not yours, I do apologise. I wouldn't personally take a drone with these guys. I would just stick to the bodies. So, your commander, boots on the ground. Once per round, an allied ranged weapon compulsory check. Competence there. This is my I don't know if it's not even my first language. Competency check. Made within 4 inches of this unit may use 2 dice. So you roll 2 dice and you choose the highest, basically, or the lowest if you've been licking too many windows. So pretty good. So as long as you've got someone within 4 inches with a shooting gun, jolly good. Movement 4, that's good. Movement 4 is really good. And then we've got a, oh my god, every time I do a video the sound comes on my computer. I don't know why it does that. Okay, back on again. So got a lovely movement of 4, a competency of 2, can we just call it skill, and an armor or resilience of 5. So resilience is what it's called, but I call it armor because I got a picture of a shield. And oxygen 3, which is his cost and how many actions he effectively gets in the turn. So effectively he can move Sorry about that. My phone was ringing. He can. My God, this is going terrible. Every time I try and do this video, it goes bad. First time the phone died. Okay, so he's got effectively a move of 12 inches, which is pretty good. 3 actions. You kind of be limited, but the thing is, he's got this +2. Well, not +2. Sorry, these 2 dice for someone to shoot with to roll. I mean, he could even use it on himself, from what I can see here. Anyway, moving on. So we're going to be having a tech specialist or another specialist of some sort. So we're going to look at the tech specialist first. Sharing is caring. This unit is equipped with a Galan uplink. This unit shares its chosen Galan bonus with any allied units within 4 inches. Now, imagine this. You've got one guy who's next to him. He's got his +2. And then next to him, ooh, spicy. Because then he gets a +2 again. He's got a +4. So even the generalist, which you can see down here, who's not got any competencies at all, suddenly shoots up to skill 4, which is pretty good. So, oh my God, I'm an idiot. It's because my phone rang. Sorry. He goes up to skill 2, but he gets to roll 2 dice and choose the highest. So, remove that last bit. Should I start again? No, I'm not going to start again. Okay. I've started too many times in this video. Everything goes wrong with these. So, here we are. Lost my train of thought now. We're going to move on to the generalist versus the tech specialist. So, movement 4, so he's faster. So you can keep up your commander. Not very skillful. Armor 4. And both got oxygen 3. So they're similar. And then we've got the mission specialist. Now this dude's really interesting. You have to kind of take a double take at his card. So he's got your movement of 3, so he's as slow as the other tech specialist, so he's a bit of a nerd. He's got 1 skill level, because I can't say competency, and he has 5 armor, similar to your commander, so he's a pretty beast. Now, during deployment, this model may add 1 point to either their mobility, competency, resilience for the duration of the game. Now, that's actually quite nice because it takes them up to movement 4 if you need to, so you could then keep up with the generalist and the commander. His competency goes up to 2, which means he's quite useful for mining and stuff. Or you can add it to his resilience that I've been calling armor. So that takes it from a 5 up to 6, which is as hard as nails. So we're going to look at next is, oh, my little mat's moved. That's not like a miniature version of me, a little mat. It's this thing, yeah, honest. Okay. Nobody puts little man in the corner. ISRO Vyomanaut. I have not realised they're called Vyomanauts. I thought they were called cosmonauts. Oh, they're Vyomanauts. There you are. Okay, so I'm going to do the combat specialist, and then we're going to do the medical specialist. The medical specialist is awesome. So the combat specialist is not like the others. Again, this entire the Indian faction, the ISRO faction, are probably skill-wise some of the most interesting ones going. This unit must be equipped with a ranged weapon and a Galan uplink in order to use this ability. And basically, it's a quick draw McGraw. You do a skill test, and if you pass it, then basically once the opponent's shot at you, you get to shoot at them for free. I think you still use like your ammunition and whatnot, but The thing is, you get a shot off, so just before you actually die or anything like that, so before you resolve the damage, which is really good. So it's kind of like a last man standing kind of final fanar. And then we got the medical specialist. So I love the ISRO medical specialist rules. they call to the madness that lives and resides within me. It's a gambler's medic. It's awesome. Now you can do this on your own, guys, or you can do it on the enemy. So you have to be within 2 inches. Okay, he's got long arms, I guess. And to perform the chest compressions, you roll a single hazard dice. This is a dice that you roll for ripping to see when a weapon penetrates into your spacesuit. On a blank result, which if I recall was about 50%, the target unit recovers 1 point of suit integrity. Hooray! On a single damage result, nothing happens. Meh. I like this bit though. On a double damage result, the target unit is immediately removed from play. Coup d'etat. I love it. I love it because it's got that little thing to it. It's like, I'm either going to save him, not do a lot, or I'm going to have to write a sorry letter. Awesome. So, for a campaign, what would I do? Well, so you have to remember that you're going to probably be taking 2 generalists, 1 commander, and 1 specialist. What specialist would you take? Well, it's a really tough one because I really like this guy here because he can bring his armor up so he becomes a walking tank. He's quite adaptable, so that if you're playing against the Russians, you could put your armor up, for example, if you want to be a bit quick and sneaky, and sort of counteract ESA, for example, pop it onto your movement. If you need to play a bit of a skill game, say against the Americans, then pop it onto your the word I can't say, competency. Maybe I need to listen to a Google. How do I say competency? Is that right? Competency. Yeah. So anyway, you get competency. So pretty good. But what I would probably do is in a campaign is make him my first buy. Okay, so have a couple games and then recruit one of these guys into your force once you've got the lay of the land of who you're fighting and you can get some decent equipment to go with. I'm going to do a video on equipment at some point. By the time I'm a bit more professional, got more of an idea of what's going on, and people leave me alone. So I'd probably go for the tech specialist, for the sharing is caring. Reason being, he's a bit of a force multiplier. Force multiplier. So you've got your Galan uplink. Okay. So, and you've got your commander. So I'd probably give the commander a Galan as well. Or one of the generals to Galan. I wouldn't give them all Galans unless I was feeling a little bit frisky with the coinage. And have the 2 generalists, and one of these would be probably the commander, to be fair, would be given the gun. Reason being, you want this guy here to be nearby, and you can either offer what you give him. So you can give him if you give him 360, you've suddenly given your commander a 360. Now, if you're giving your commander a +2 competency for combat competency tests, then he's kind of got double bubble. He's got the effects of both of them, which is quite nice. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty good. I do wonder if anyone tried this in playtesting, where, say, this guy here has the +2 competency, I said it, with a ranged weapon, and then this guy shares and cares his +2 competency. Does he get +4 competency? Or if he did it with this guy here, would he have +6 competency? It's going to take a little bit of looking at the fine print to be sure, but you, by the looks of it, you could do some power plays. But you probably noticed, as I've been talking about this, that they all seem to be within 4 inches of each other, 2 inches of each other, sort of thing, on general. You're not going to have many lone sharks. You're certainly going to have 1, 2, 3 of these guys clumped together, near each other, working as a team. They definitely need to work as a team, or to work as either a team of 3 and then 1 lone wolf, or 2 teams of 2. So this one's supporting one of these, and this one's supporting one of these. Or you have 1, 2, 3, and then one of these just going off, doing his own little thing, having a bit of fun. Incredibly interesting faction, I'd say, ISRO. Should we look at the minis? Yeah, let's look at the minis. The minis are great. So, these are probably some of my favourite minis. It's been quite hard because the mini quality for LUNAR, as of late, being absolutely out of the park. The new suits that they're coming up with all the time, the new feeling, it's been really good and refreshing. So these have got these little cool little backpacks here. These are on the original kit system where you had separate arms, and then you've got a separate body and separate legs. So these and the Japanese were the last, I think they're called JAXA, the Japanese ones, the last ones to use that system before they moved on to what they've done for the Commonwealth. So I made mine like this, bits of green. I based my colour schemes on the cards that are produced, so that when I take this game to places for people to play and to experience, the models connect with the cards nicely. It's kind of restricted me on how I paint them, and I'll probably get onto that more when I talk about the Commonwealth that I've done. But yeah, how would you do them, and who would be who? That is the question, isn't it? Well, the game isn't what you see is what you get. So this guy here, although you see him with a improvised weapon, he could be walking around with a drill, for example, or a gun. This guy's got a gun, but he doesn't have to. What I do is I say, right, this is my combat specialist because he's got a gun. Simple. This one here would be generally my mission specialist because he's got like a drilly machine for drilling and mining. This one here, because he's got a box, it's supposed to be a explosive device, but I think anyone carrying a bag deserves to be a medic. So he generally becomes a medic, but he can be a generalist as well without any problems. And this guy here with his stick could be a technician who's about to try and repair a machine or something. He's just ripped a bit off to fight someone with, or whatever. Or he could just be a generalist. So I tend to use a little bit of that. And obviously this guy here, I haven't mentioned him already, has the pistol. I generally designate pistols as my leaders. That's how I do it. It's not how you do it or how you have to do it, but it's an option. So anyway, these are my ISRO, my Indian Space Research Organisation, as they like to be called. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it's been of some use to you, sort of thinking about the ISRO for your forces in LUNAR. Any questions, please ask below. Any comments, please feel free. It helps that dastardly horrid, I was going to go for horrid, algorithm that doesn't like me. And yeah, give us a like, give us a subscription, ask questions. Best of all, share it with your gran. She won't have a clue what's going on, but she'll love it. Trust me, grans love me. Okay, thank you very much, and I shall catch you again soon with another faction overview. Oh no, now technology. How do I stop the camera? Is that the one? Nope. Aha! Ciao.